Alright. Hello, hello. Last time around, I continued on the other branch of the Iris route, and then I hit a locked path. So I started the other branch in the flowchart, the left side of the branch. And on that side, I
What is this place?
encountered deaths of characters who did not die in the previous path, and now I am in Iris's Somnium again. It always goes back to Iris, doesn't it? But this time, her Somnium looks different.
It looks depressing. How is this related to Iris?
However, this is gonna be important for us to figure out what she's lying about and why she was with Renji.
Unknown, but there must be a connection.
Iris, what are you hiding?
And there's a TV in the middle of the room.
Somnium scan, activate!
I wonder if this room is the same as the one where the prototype was. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because it's just warehouses, abandoned looking areas, just the general aesthetic. Okay, a bunch of mental locks that I really can't tell what the lock itself is. It's just like the room. Discover Iris's secret, a mysterious room, videos, and a strange device. You may be able to find the truth. What is this, a locked room kind of mystery? Okay, only two things to examine, the TV and the doors. Well, I guess the TV is probably the thing that I should be looking at. If that's my only choice. CRT TV. Those are terrible timies. That's scary. That is scary. 2 times timies no matter what I do? They're gonna force me to use it, aren't they? Okay, then if that's the case, I might as well spin the dial. Let's not resort to violence on our first attempt. There's a photo on that person's face. And I didn't quite catch that dialogue. But stop. Okay. This is that serial murderer, right? I don't remember the mugshots. I don't remember if that photo is the same as the case files that we saw earlier.
It is difficult to believe, but these are the faces of the victims of
okay.
the original Cyclops
Thanks for the
killer.
confirmation, Iva.
What? What is going on here? Iris, what are you hiding?
She knows something about the original murders?
We should continue. There are more objects to inspect now.
I feel like that first deciding whether to hit it or to turn the dial was a branching point. So we saw the murder video. I wonder what would have happened if we had hit it. Would we see a different video? Okay, so now we can see the doors are still there, the torso, mirror, and gun. Well, the mirror is closest to us, so let's start with the mirror.
A full body mirror.
So you see, the 2 times timing is forced to get used here. I'd rather not use it on something that takes 60 seconds away from me. Can I find something that only uses 10 seconds even if it's worthless, like the door?
A double door.
Yeah. If I open it, that takes 5 seconds, so then with the 2 times timing, it'll only take 10 seconds, and I get a 1/6 timing from it. So perfect.
It doesn't open. We don't have to worry about it.
That was all I needed, though. So with that, I can go back to the mirror And I'm not forced to use the 2x timey. And instead, I can just... Let's talk to it. Why not? I'll get a 1/2 timey out of it.
Can you talk?
Can you talk?
What? Don't copy me.
What? Don't copy me.
Pervert. Date is a pervert.
Pervert. Date is a pervert.
Why do I have to get called a pervert?
And twice.
Twice.
Okay, that didn't do anything. Let's take a look at the torso.
A torso with a head.
If it has a head, is it still called a torso?
Well, that's why she called it a torso with a head.
What would you call it?
Wow. How scary. These options are scary. I'll push it. If I push it, then it's gonna be out of frame of the mirror, maybe. But I guess we can't push it at all.
No use.
Their guard is up. You have to loosen them up first.
What do you mean?
The traditional approach would be to start with a massage.
If you are not going to help, should I choke you instead?
You should try that on them.
Iva, are you trying to hint at me that I should choke?
Date, please stop.
Okay, I feel like I'm using so much time. 5 minutes left. The gun.
A revolver.
But it's too far up, isn't
Is
it?
it real?
It appears that way.
Jump or investigate? Well, let's just jump. There's no need to think about this too hard, right?
Shonen?
Jump!
Don't say it.
Eh.
I did the best I could. I am not a cyborg, and thus I cannot reach that height. This is
But
not
you're in
my
a
fault.
dream. You can do anything in a dream.
Nobody's blaming you.
She didn't have the jump spirit. Alright, in that
Torso.
case, let's choke. Let's use the 30 and use it to choke. There we go. Rub that neck. The visuals are getting a bit blurry. Are we okay here? Choking the vision out of us as well? Well, something has
My
changed.
consciousness is being affected.
While I was unconscious, the room changed.
It continues to
I'm
change.
tired of this. We have no choice but to investigate.
Strangled the body. These mental locks are really unexpected. It's not as clear as a lock as, like, you know, getting through a door or unlocking something. It's just completing an action. So a medicine bottle and an operating table are the new things. The mirror, the TV is in the corner now. Why is the TV in the corner? Well, I'm curious about the medicine bottle.
A drug bottle that holds some kind of liquid.
Oh my gosh. 2x timies coming from chugging and smelling? Okay, seriously here? I want to chug it. So I'm gonna go
Do
for
not
it.
pressure me, Date.
Pressure you?
What do you mean? It's all a
Into
dream.
drinking alcohol.
Is it alcohol?
Well, no.
I mean, if it's alcohol, then that's way better than if it were poison.
This is for an investigation. I'm ordering you to drink it.
You are exploiting your position of power. I will set up a labor union.
With who?
An AI labor union? Sounds dystopian.
I won't drink it.
Fine.
Oof. There goes
3
a
minutes,
bunch of
Dante.
time. Do we have any
Operating table.
thing that's really tiny on time?
A double door.
Let's just open it again. Just, you know, use up that 2x timey, get rid of that 10. We've done this before,
doesn't
but
open. A
that's
double-
okay. Okay, so operating
It's
table.
an operating table.
I want to perform surgery. Yo, this is intense. Let's just sleep though. I'll be a bit kinder. Avoid that 2 times timey.
How does it feel?
Like
Awful.
bed?
Am I going to be killed? Modified? I'm restless. I can't take the suspense.
No one else is here but you, Iva. Just take a nap.
Do you think they'll modify you into a grasshopper or a spider?
That's not what I'm talking about.
Nothing came of that. Alright. In that case, let's check out the TV this time. There's probably something here, right?
An old television.
If I use a quarter time and this time, instead of turning the dial, I hit it.
Iris, what is all this?
Oh. Let's turn the dial then.
Hurry.
We're a bit down on time, as was said. Less than 2 minutes. Turning the dial seemed to advance us last time, so here we go again. This should advance us again. We have another video of a murder scene, but there's a witness. Who is the red one? Is that Iris, maybe? That's why she has memories, or like it's within her
That video
somnium?
showed the face of a victim of the original Cyclops killer. It appeared to be the second victim.
What is going on? Iris has something to do with the first Cyclops case?
Unknown. I do not have enough information.
Guess that means we have to investigate more.
Indeed.
Investigate more. Oh,
The oil drum, shelf, and another torso have been added.
there's more stuff. Okay,
Let's go.
nice. Shelf.
Only a shelf.
Push or pull? I'm gonna push.
That shelf
I really
sticking
don't
out.
have much
It
time.
seems odd.
Right? Put everything into alignment. There's something on top of the shelf. That's totally gonna fall off and become relevant, right? Or not? Yes, yes, smack Iva on the head. Let's go. Oh,
What happened?
A metal
well,
ball
a bit
is
safer
falling.
than that. That's a metal ball? Okay,
Why would
maybe
anyone put that there?
maybe not. I see in in the corner of the screen, beat it to death. Is that what they're trying to make me do? I guess I need to pick this up
An
then.
iron ball. It looks quite heavy.
Kick. Balance on. Throw. Let's kick it then.
You okay? Miss Iva.
A bit much? Shall
Are
we
you
throw it
okay?
instead?
This is nothing. Date, be logical. We must continue with the investigation. But it hurts!
Shouldn't have kicked it so hard.
Yeah, it should have been just a light kick. That would have been enough.
An iron ball.
Let's... throw it.
Where should I throw it?
Throw it that way.
Yeah, let's beat that torso to death. So she can't kick it, but she can
Unexpectedly light.
lift it up. It's unexpectedly light.
All right. Yeah!
All right, we've committed murder now. Oh wait, is the head gone from the torso?
I feel like that ball hit me in the head.
Now, a TV and an old book have appeared.
I hope this is the last time.
All right, last mental lock. What was the point of the table and the bottle then? gas canister and worn out reference book. Well, they did specifically mention the book, so wait, am I heading in the right direction? Worn out reference book is on the other side of the room. Here. I have 70 seconds
It is
left.
a
1
thick
minute.
book.
I feel like if it's a book, then I should probably read it.
It has not been well preserved. Most of the ink has faded.
But the most critical clue?
Tell what kind of book it is?
It is probably a book on
Insects? Gardening? Philosophy?
insects. It's a book
Insects!
on insects.
Don't get excited. I know how you love bugs.
I think it was probably... I probably saw the cover for a second. So that was my first thought.
Does this book belong to Iris?
Iris likes bugs? I don't think she mentioned that before.
I didn't know she liked insects, and to read the book so often that it wears out.
Well, we can't prove it's Iris's.
It might be one of the victims.
True. We cannot conclude anything.
But apparently we can conclude that Iba likes
Illustrated
insects.
reference book.
Ah, the butterfly. Let's rip it! If it's so beloved, let's just
This'll
rip
be
it
easy.
apart.
It's more brittle than crumbly cheese. Oh, it disappeared.
Even the page you ripped out?
Like a grilled cheese.
Shoot to death. Wait,
1 minute left.
that means I need the gun. Where was the gun again? Over on... wait. This side. There it is.
A revolver.
Okay, I only have 15 seconds, so let's investigate the gun again.
It is a pistol. It appears to be fixed with a vice.
Why would this be here?
The
What's
vice.
this? The trigger. There is a stick in the hole of the trigger guard.
Yeah, and
That's suspicious.
I don't know what that means. What new information did that bring me? I suppose it would be the gas canister then. That would, I don't know, explode
A common
the gun?
gas canister.
Let's open the valve. Of course, I could kick it, but
If you can't, then
if you can't, then let's kick it open, right?
To be closed.
I think so.
A common gas canister.
20 seconds. If I kick it. Let's go. What's left? I have to
You
smell
okay?
it?
It hurts. I might not be able to stand for a while.
Don't give up. I believe in you.
No, I only have
believe that you are more of a
20
saint
seconds
than you let
left.
on. A
Okay,
common gas
30
canister.
seconds. I used the 20-second timey to smell it, and then I'll have 10 seconds left. Is smelling even gonna do anything?
The
I don't
smell
think it is.
tingles, like sweet and sour. A ketone.
Perhaps acetone? Acetone, is that? No, that's not the one that's used to preserve butterflies and insects. That's formaldehyde, right?
Acetone, acet.
Wait, acetone is an ASET reference?
I cannot determine that with the evidence we have. More than likely, it is coincidence.
So this gas canister has no relation. Medicine bottle.
A drug bottle that holds some kind of liquid.
My last use to smell this bottle.
A syrupy smell, like sweet almonds.
Sweet almonds. Syrupy smell. Isn't that like poison? Sweet almonds? Is that... What was it? Like cyanide?
Syrup. You think they were baking a cake or something?
If it isn't syrup, it's nitroglycerin.
Nitroglycerine?
Why is that here?
Nitroglycerin reacts violently upon light impact.
Time to kick
It
it.
needs to be mixed
Clearly.
to lower its sensitivity.
Mixed with what?
Acetone.
Wait, we have the two.
It is best that we do not disturb this for now.
We have the two items required, but time is up now.
Date, we're out of time.
Damn, what the hell is this place?
It's a place where you can apparently mix nitroglycerine with acetone. But how to do that? Okay, I'm gonna restart from the beginning because last time I restarted from a checkpoint, I ran out of time regardless. So this time, let's do a bit of skip. What I did, I'm gonna follow the same path, so I'm not gonna do the hitting. I'm gonna do the turn the dial thing again. Just cause I don't, you know. Either way, I can only go through one path at a time. So I might as well stick with the one that I chose first. Okay, and then I go to the door.
A double door.
And use my timey on the open. And there goes 10 seconds. And then we head over to the torso. And
Torso.
If it has a head,
we get right
it's
to choking it. Might as well use the timey because we get other... Wait, we do get other timies, right? Trying to remember. Other good timies, that is. So strangle that body. What did I do after this? Where is the TV again? Not that corner. Spinning. Oh, it was this corner. So speed run, 300 seconds. Turn the dial for 40 seconds. And then we see someone else die. We'll get the shelf. We can push that shelf in. And then throw the ball.
Only a shell.
So push. Is it worth using this now? I will use it now.
That shelf sticking out.
Okay. Now I can grab this ball. So my thought is to throw it and spend 6 seconds doing that.
Where?
And then we are back. So the acetone and the nitroglycerine. So first off, the reference book,
It is a thick book.
I will rip it up. Right? So that I can get it to disappear. 4 minutes. Beautiful. The gas canister. I wonder...
Common.
I might need to smell it just for the sake of knowing what it is. So by smelling it, I know that it's acetone. And then I can go to the medicine bottle.
A drug bottle that holds.
And I can smell this. Wait, I can investigate this one, not smell it. Smelling gives me a 3 times kind of death, which I would rather avoid. So I will investigate it.
There is no label. I cannot determine what is inside.
It's probably dangerous.
I agree. We should not touch it if we do not know what it is. Even in Somnium, some things should not be done.
That's not gonna be enough?
A drug
Okay.
bottle that holds some kind of liquid.
Okay. In that case, I will.
There is no label. I cannot determine
Misclick.
Pro-
Misclick. I meant to L.
what is a drug bottle that holds some.
And now I'm at 3 minutes. Yeah, let's smell this, right? Okay, so we now know that we have acetone and nitroglycerine. Is there something new I can do with the gas canister now that I know that?
Common gas canister.
Open the valve, kick. Last time I could not do that. So there's gotta be something else. TV?
An old-fashioned TV.
turn the dial. Ah! Ah! Is there something? Let me just use the door again.
A double
I need to
door.
get rid of this. I need to get rid of this 2 times timey. Okay. So I'll check out the
An
TV.
old-fashioned-
I'll turn the dial. And we should see something new, right? I don't think I've turned the dial for this one. So this is probably the 3rd victim.
Please. Help me. Help me.
And again, there's a red figure. A witness. And is it just me or is the red figure getting closer each time?
This was the 3rd victim of the original Cyclops killer.
How many were there again? Were there like 6 victims?
Why does Iris know that?
There is a possibility that she saw it online or on TV.
She even reproduced the circumstances of the killing. Would her imagination explain that?
There were videos of the killings? That's pretty intense.
Date, we have no direct evidence. For now, we must continue investigating.
Right.
Okay, okay. Continue investigating, huh? What do we have new? The lockers?
Just a locker.
Peek, open, or listen? Let's just straight up open this thing. Let's just straight up open this thing. Oh.
It's all right. More importantly,
There's acetone everywhere now? Oh, and all of the shelves fall over, and we started this whole chain reaction. The metal ball rolls down the pipes, it hits the other ball, which defies physics. Well, okay, I mean, maybe the pipes are a really good track, so it rolls perfectly along them. Is this gonna hit the torso? Wait, this is gonna shoot the gun! Isn't it? Where's the gun? Wait. What? Wait, oh, the torso, and then... Oh, then there's a hook! And that hits a ball which shoots the gun? Drops the gun, maybe? Those pipes are really working hard. And then this is gonna fall, and what's it gonna do? It's gonna launch the nitroglycerin, explode, and the gun? Hook slides, and it shoots the mirror. Ah, the mirror as opposed to the torso.
that is...
Is that the killer? In the mirror? The original Cyclops killer? Day 3, Iris A acquired. So we went through that whole thing, but I still don't know what Iris was hiding exactly, other than apparently she knows about the original Cyclops killer. But I don't know the context of it. So I guess I gotta hope that confronting her about, you know something about the original Cyclops killer, don't you? Will make her spill.
What happened in that Somnium?
We saw it too. The 4 murdered women are without a doubt the victims of the original Cyclops serial killings.
So we're just gonna leave Iris hooked up to the machine?
That means...
The murders that
means-
occurred 6 years ago.
Yeah, how old would Iris be? 12 years old?
Are these memory fragments that coalesced in this somnium?
No. That means the person who killed them was...
Wait. That's... Yeah, Date's face. I didn't realize it earlier, because I was looking at the blood, but this screenshot is very, very clear about the fact that this is Date's face. And everyone in the room saw that too. So, Pewter, let's start with you. You know the technical details, right? I guess, why did the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris' Somnium?
The Sinker does not always experience the somnium they expect. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. When using the sync machine for an investigation, we don't always see the memories we expect to see.
So instead, we saw memories from 6 years ago where she saw that the Cyclops killer is actually Date.
True, oftentimes a subject will subconsciously want to express their dark secrets and repressed memories.
But is what is in a Somnium necessarily the truth? Because we did have that whole thing with Iris in the other route where she was lying in her own Somnium and we had to, like, find the truth. It could very well be that this is also a lie. But in that case, we wouldn't ever be able to trust Somnium, so...
That is why we see them so often in Somnia. And why those Somnia are so useful for criminal investigations. But this is not a guarantee.
Yeah,
We
not
cannot
a
control
guarantee.
the content of our dreams, after all.
So it could be a lie.
It's like I told you before. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. This can be expressed as an equation. Dream D equals memory A plus memory B plus memory C.
I mean, that feels like a bit too simplistic of an equation, but I'm guessing that metaphor, that example, will get pulled further along.
This, of course, means that Dream D is a fictional event. However, the same cannot necessarily be said about memory A, B, and C. Those happened in reality. In other words, fiction is built from combinations of reality.
Hey, sounds true enough. Fiction is based off of reality.
So what I saw in Somnium earlier...
Yes, I believe Iris actually witnessed those events.
And the question I see following up this, are all memories real? And knowing what we know about Iris, it's possible that
Pewter,
memories
you
aren't
said that
real.
memories happen in reality, right? But what about false memories? How do we know if the memory really happened?
Even false memories are built from the pieces of real ones. If you disassemble those pieces, you will find real events.
Oh, hey Mob Goblin, didn't Pewter steal Iris in the other track? Yeah, Pewter is, not exactly to be trusted, but at the same time, the reason that he was on the other side was because he was working with Renji, and this time, that guy is dead, so I'm not sure what Pewter's up to, if, the guy that he was allied with is no longer around. Maybe he's actually just doing his job normally, like he should be.
What about things you see in movies or television?
The events might be fictional, but the experience is not.
The experience of watching a fictional event?
Our imaginations are limited to what we have seen. We cannot invent something whole cloth.
A bold statement. They say that what puts humans apart from AI is our ability to come up with new novel concepts. But alas, alright. Pewter, the guy who creates AIs, is probably on the same side as AI. About the original Cyclops killer, let's get deeper
Remember
into
what
that.
the boss said this morning. The original Cyclops killer has yet to be brought to justice.
Because apparently the original Cyclops killer is Date?
After the investigation got
According
going,
to the
it was
Somnium.
taken over by the government and classified. That was the last we heard anything about it. Of course, they paid lip service to the idea that the investigation was ongoing, but in reality, it was dropped completely.
And Pewter, you know this how? About the original and new
I
incidents.
don't believe there's any meaningful connection
So, it's just a copycat murder.
between the original and new Cyclops serial killings, I mean.
Why is that?
The culprit is not the same. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
And you know that, Pewter, because the original Cyclops killer was... Date?
How can you be so sure?
Because I can.
Who
Don't worry
knows?
about it.
It's
Just
probably
trust
just
me.
a trick. Seeing Date's face in the Somnium. Red figure from the sink. I'm assuming that's
Somnium earlier.
Iris.
I saw someone else who might be the criminal. Who was he?
I wouldn't know.
That's it? That's all you have to say for yourself, Pewter? Alright. Then let's talk to Boss. Boss has probably got some ideas. So yeah, about the original Cyclops serial
Didn't I
killings.
tell you?
What,
The
not to
entire
look at
case
it?
is a state secret. No matter how many times you ask, I won't tell you anything.
And so, about those original Cyclops serial killings?
The Cyclops killer appeared 6 years ago. I lost my memory 6 years ago. There has to be some kind of connection.
Yeah, and the whole eye thing?
There isn't. It's a coincidence.
Really?
Really.
Then, if it's a coincidence, why did the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris's Somnium?
You can't dream of something you know nothing about.
That means Iris must know about the killings.
6 years ago, Iris was 12.
It's possible also that Iris saw it on the news, right? That was this hypothesis that was being thrown around earlier.
Did she witness the crime at age 12? And not just one, but all four?
The blue figure from the sink is the original
understand
Cyclops
this.
murderer.
What I saw during the sink earlier, that was the scene of the original Cyclops serial killings, right?
Yeah.
So the person doing the killing was the original Cyclops killer.
Right.
And in the mirror at the end,
Did you see him? He was...
he was me.
I saw your face. The original Cyclops killer was...
Yep, it just got a pause frame right there.
It can't be. That's impossible.
Date, you cannot say that for certain.
You cannot say that for certain because you don't remember what happened 6 years ago. But surely other people remember Date from 6 years
You have no
ago.
memories past 6 years ago.
So perhaps, Mr. Date, you are the killer. You're missing your left eye, so you steal them from others.
Boss, are you not gonna say anything?
I'm kidding. You can't be the Cyclops killer.
Really?
Of course not. Do you think I would hire a serial killer? You interrogated Iris before the sink.
Date's lack of response right there. Do you think I would hire a serial killer? And just silence.
What you saw in the Somnium was just a manifestation of the fear you put in her.
Summarize for me. I didn't learn anything from speaking with Boss and Pewter. Wow, what a summary. If anything, the mystery only grew deeper. Pewter shook me from my
Dante,
thoughts.
it looks like Iris is about to wake up.
How convenient that she slept through all of that. But I guess it's good for her to get some rest, even if it's on an incredibly uncomfortable looking apparatus.
Hey, Iris. About that dream earlier.
We can't really
Dream?
ask about that.
What dream?
Yeah, Date.
There is no point in asking her, Date. The subject of a sync does not experience somnium in the way that you do. They will not remember it.
And what about the Cyclops killer from 6 years ago?
So we're starting the interrogation again, but in this room?
Cyclops killer? I remember hearing it on the news, but I was just a little girl. I don't remember anything specific.
You don't?
No,
What about the scene of the murder?
I don't know. I've never been there.
But
Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones.
So now we have to make her remember somehow?
You can't dream of something you know nothing about. Date, could you take Iris home?
huh?
We do not have enough evidence to hold her. Even in Somnium, we couldn't find anything. The law demands that we release her.
It's not like she'll be going anywhere.
You cannot decline, Date.
Although, how do we go from here? Like, it feels like Iris knows stuff, but at the same time, she can't remember it. And it's not like we can force her to remember it.
Date, could we make a stop first?
Where to?
Sure. Where?
Marble. It's a bar in Golden Yokocho.
Oh, the most popular bar in Golden Yokocho.
You know about that place?
Yeah, Mr. Okiura took me before.
Why do you want to go there?
There's something I want to talk about.
We can't talk here?
It might take a while.
What do you think?
But if you talk in Marble, won't that just make it so that it's audible to other people? If you need to talk for a long time, you can just drive in a circle.
There's no reason to refuse.
But yeah,
Besides, there's a lot I want to ask her too.
I guess we're going to Marvel.
Alright.
Save
sure.
on gas, I guess. No need to drive in circles. Probably costs extra because this car is an old car. Wait, but even if it's an old car, would it be electric at this age? I don't know. They made a big deal of it being old, but at the same time, the rest of their world is so advanced that even something that's old could be not gas. Alright, Sunday, 9:41 p.m. at Marble. Let's talk. When we walked in, I didn't see Mama anywhere. Not her shift yet? But wait, it's 9 o'clock. Should be. She busy somewhere else? But, oh wait, Ota knows this place? Marble seriously is the most popular place in Golden Yokocho.
Tessa!
Oh, Ota!
How does he know this? I never thought I'd run into you here.
I was nihiling with Tessa earlier. She said she
Ah.
was going to Marble, so I got here just before you did. Look, I was really worried about her. She was about to be charged with a serious crime.
Isn't your phone broken?
No, this is my new one. You're thinking of the one I dropped in that puddle.
He sure got a new one quickly, but I guess phones are important, so makes sense. He had Oh boy, I don't even remember. A couple of days? Where's
Oh,
Mama?
she left a little while ago. She said something about going to help an acquaintance.
That sounds like that's gonna come up again. Mama going to help an acquaintance? We probably know that acquaintance.
She told me to watch the place until she got back.
How well do you know Mama?
Not at all.
And yet, you were entrusted with this whole shop.
It's my first time here.
What was that thing
This
about?
actually works out nicely. I want to ask you something, Ota. It's about a Nile message you sent Iris. You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that thing. That
Yeah.
you'd stay quiet no matter what. What were
Yeah,
you
what
talking
is it?
about?
Well,
Yeah, what's that thing?
I'll tell her about the two-witter thing. I swear I'll do it.
geez, fine. Just don't tell anyone else, okay?
Meanwhile, Iris is like literally right here. Probably glaring at Ota like, betrayal!
Before I tell you, who's that?
What?
At the door. Someone's standing outside.
Someone? Do we know them? Well, okay. With his eyes open! Dang, it's like he died! Like, Ota, just commit murder! Monday, 2:48 a.m. Is Mama coming back and just gonna be like, Date, what are you doing on my floor? Ota and Iris are long gone now.
Where am I?
My head was killing me and my memory was foggy. It's always this memory. Felt a sudden pain in my neck. I shut up, rubbing my neck. When I looked over the counter, I saw a monster staring back at me. It took me a few seconds before I realized it was just Mama.
It looks like you're awake now.
And Mama, this is what happens when you entrust your shop to someone you've met for the very first time? As Mama spoke to me, it all came rushing back. I remembered everything. Knocked out by a kid! Where's Ota? Let's start with that.
Ota? The boy I asked to watch the bar?
Yeah, and then who, knocked out, like, one of your customers?
I'd say
and
he's
ran
too
off?
old to be called a boy, but yeah.
He was already gone when I came back. All I saw was you getting your beauty sleep on the floor.
Damn it, Ota. What are you thinking?
It appears that he took off with Iris.
What were you doing during all this?
Being knocked
My
out?
power was shut down due to the stun gun. I have rebooted in safe mode and am now operational.
Ah, safe mode. What time is it?
It'll be
2:40
3
was it?
o'clock soon.
3 o'clock soon, yeah.
In the morning, of course.
And why didn't you wake me up?
I tried. You wouldn't budge. I thought you were passed out drunk, so I left you like that.
But I didn't have a glass in front of me, right?
So you weren't drunk?
Nope, knocked right out.
Didn't have a single drop.
Oh, I thought you were drinking straight out of the bottle.
Did you smell any alcohol on him?
Just like the old days.
And was there even a bottle lying around? A phone call? From
Date,
who?
the boss is
The
calling.
boss? Well, she won't be happy about this.
Oh, how am I gonna report this one?
Date, listen. Stay calm, but this is an emergency.
Wait, whoa. It's not like the prisoner would escape again this
Just
time.
now, the killer... Well, just watch the video.
Wait, there's another...
I sent the address to Iba.
Another murder? There is a lot more... There is a lot more death in this route than there was in the other one. Well, Iris is still alive for now, but that does not look good. Where the heck do you even get that kind of thing?
No, that's...
The criminal is streaming this live.
Live streaming?
Source.
Identified. The Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse, Koto District.
Okiura?
Date, focus. We need to get to the site, now.
We're back to that warehouse. But now, like, who could it be behind all of this?
What's our ETA?
Our destination is far from here. 20 minutes at the fastest.
Please, please let me make it in time.
20 minutes even if you break the law? You're police after all. Wait, oh!
That sick bastard!
It's the live stream video. It's a polar bear. Polar bear suit. Why? What an aesthetic choice. Also, if this is live stream, where's the chat? There's gotta be people who can recognize this.
Hold on, I'll save you.
Wait, Ota?
Ota!
Okay. No, that's good. But the polar bear is there.
Away from Tessa!
Seriously though, if this is live stream, there must be some police officers who are closer to the scene. Are there none? Like just, you know, the local police officers that should be around the area. They should get called for something like that. How's the stream going? Anyone else show up? 20 minutes is a long time.
No, it can't be. No.
What happened to Ota?
Stop!
Like, literally, where's the rest of the police? Well, polar bear's coming to turn off the camera. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I don't know what platform he's using, but turns off stream.
No!
Well, by the time Date gets there, there better be local police there. 3:35 a.m. There's no way that someone on the other side of town can get to the scene of the murder faster than anyone else when it was literally live streamed. Polar bear? Where's Iris in this? Ota?
Ota.
What is the timeline on all of this? like, I guess presumably Ota would have been killed first because he was running around, and Polar Bear could have been like, ah, what the heck is this buzzing fly? Let me kill the fly first, and then get back to the stream, and then, you know, flip the switch on Iris. But then the Polar Bear? What, is Date getting interrogating now? They
There you
can
are.
literally just
Finally.
watch the feed
I was looking all
saved
over
from
for you.
Aiba's camera. I'm sure Aiba keeps a record. Or is Date just feeling lonely and decided to hole up in here?
It's rare to see you down like this, but it's understandable. You blame yourself for this, don't you? Beating yourself up about taking Iris to Marble, and about letting Ota get the upper hand on you.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I mean, pretty clear.
Shall I tell you what Investigation HQ thinks?
Let's hear
Ota
it.
Matsushita is a criminal stalker who committed murder-suicide. Ota had a selfish love for Iris. He was under the delusion that Iris loved him too. But Iris refused Ota. So Ota decided that he and Iris should be together in the afterlife, killed her, then killed himself.
And then live streamed it for clout. What is it? The Polar Bear and Ota are not in the same room. Have you ever seen Polar Bear and Ota in the same room? No? Then they must be the same person kind of logic?
That's ridiculous. Ota would never kill Iris. And how do you explain the other two murders? Iris's left eye was hollowed out. Just like Renju and Shoko. Those three murders were definitely executed by the same person.
Copycat
The
murders
new
exist
Cyclops
though.
killer. There's no way that's Ota. Too many pieces don't fit. Too many contradictions, like killing Iris.
Such as?
Is it time to... No? We're just gonna keep talking? I was like, is it like evidence presenting time? Ota's behavior during the video.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota showed himself on the stream. If he was gonna kill Iris and then himself, why would he do that? The only reason you would show yourself like that is to prove that you weren't the culprit. Ota and the Polar Bear on the screen at the same time would prove that they're not the same person. That behavior would be totally unnecessary if he was gonna commit suicide anyway.
Well, maybe he wasn't planning on dying at first. After he killed Iris, he realized that he couldn't live with himself.
So he lies down on the workbench and turns on the ice cutting machine himself?
Or more like he turns on the ice cutting machine and then he lies down because he can't reach the lever from the workbench. But yeah.
I don't buy it.
Ota had no incentive to kill Renju.
Maybe he was thinking like this. The reason Iris and I can't be together is because her agency prohibits it, making the president, Renju, the ultimate bad guy in his mind.
Mizuki is Ota's close friend. Do you really think Ota would kill his friend's father?
Ota had no incentive to kill Shoko.
Shoko was married to Renju. Maybe he was trying to get at Renju by killing her.
That's a stretch. They've been divorced for years. Ota knows all about it. He wouldn't use Shoko to get to Renju.
And then finally the polar bear costume, the
The culprit was wearing a polar bear
nonsensical
costume,
part of it.
probably to hide their identity. But if murder-suicide was the plan, the costume served no purpose.
I mean, the live stream served no purpose.
There are some additional discrepancies. I analyzed the investigation report. Judging by his wound, Ota was stabbed in the side by a kitchen knife or something similar.
Well, that would be definitely something inconsistent. Why would you stab your side with a kitchen knife? And presumably, the fact that it's by a kitchen knife or something similar means that the weapon hasn't been found at the scene. So why would he stab his side with a knife and then somehow dispose of that knife and then go over to that ice cutting machine, turn it on, and then like bisect himself. That's just too much preparation for no reason.
Are you sure?
I am.
Oh, I know that.
Well?
Ota could have stabbed himself.
And done what with the
Maybe
knife?
he thought it would be a fatal wound, but when it didn't work, he went for the ice cutting machine.
Then, shouldn't we have recovered the kitchen knife from the scene?
Exactly.
Maybe he threw it in the ocean.
Boss, come on.
Yeah, that one's nonsensical. Stabs yourself in the side. Huh, this isn't working very well. Let me just walk outside of the warehouse. Oh, hey, look, it's the ocean. Let me toss this knife into the ocean. Gosh, I really am not dying here like this. Walk all the way back into the cold storage warehouse. I guess this knife wound isn't quite enough to kill me. Time to pop on over here.
Ota goes out to the water, stabs himself in the gut, throws the knife over the side, then walks back to the warehouse?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't being serious. I didn't think Ota was the culprit from the beginning. I was just playing devil's advocate for HQ.
Really?
Yes, really.
I mean, I can trust her.
Anyway, Ota didn't kill anyone, and he didn't kill himself. Here's what I think happened.
Stay away from Tessa!
We trust
Ota
the
knew Iris
video.
was kidnapped, so he rushed onto the scene. That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear costume.
Isn't it amazing that a kid, well, he's not a kid, I guess, that this guy who's pretty much just a stalker, can he even drive? Oh yeah, he can. But does he even have a car? I don't think he has a car. I think that's the issue here. A guy who doesn't even have a car is able to, wait, how does he get around if he doesn't have a car? Now that's, I wonder how he gets around. Anyways, either way, he's just a guy. Even if he's a stalker of Iris. If Iris got kidnapped and he had to find her via the live stream, then why could no one else do that? Like, you know, the police.
He tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed in the side. He was weakened and losing blood at the culprit's mercy. The culprit forced him into the costume, then under the ice cutting machine, and then...
Then, who is the culprit?
The culprit got away.
I wish I knew.
The culprit was the polar bear.
We're up to 4 victims, but Ota was a special circumstance. He wasn't specifically targeted by the culprit.
Right. And he was the only one to not have his eye pulled out.
So let's focus on the 3 other victims. Shoko, Renju, and Iris. What connects these 3?
Connections.
Well, they all know each other, that's
If you find
one.
a connection between the victims, you find a connection to the culprit. That's the theory of investigation, right?
You think the new Cyclops killer is related to them somehow?
Maybe, maybe not. But it's a good starting point.
So, Renju and Shoko's daughter, Mizuki.
Mizuki has the strongest connections with all 3 victims.
Yeah.
Shoko and Renji were her parents, and she was close friends with Iris. She was good friends with Ota, too.
Which means we gotta watch out for Mizuki. For that matter, aside from the fact that we should be worried about her because she's got bonds with them all, we should be worried about her, like, mental health at this point.
But that's why I could never believe Mizuki would kill all 4 of them. Thinking of her as a suspect is ridiculous.
Oh, this is the suspect choosing point? Where I have to choose, this person is suspicious. Well, I gotta say, Hitomi is kind of suspicious.
Hitomi and Renju are definitely linked. They were high school classmates. And she did say that she met Shoko twice, but I can't imagine she would kill Iris in such a gruesome way.
Yeah, I guess so. The Iris part throws things off. But Hitomi is the one that's most
No matter what the circumstances
suspicious,
were,
based
seems
on
impossible to me.
the other branch as well, because she was meeting with the politician guy. Ota's mother. Dun dun dun.
Mayumi had motive for killing Iris and Renju. Mayumi hated Iris, and she didn't think well of Lemnis Gate either. And since Renju is the president...
What a shallow motive, though.
Anyway, the weak point is Renju's ex-wife, Shoko. I can't imagine why Mayumi would kill her. And above all else, she would never harm her only son, let alone kill him.
And that leaves us with the last guy, Moma Kumakura. What are you even doing on this list?
Renju and Shoko were connected to the Kumakuras, but there's no connection to Iris.
Except for him being a mega fan. Oh hey, we get to bring in So Sejima. He is...
Renju, Shoko, and So.
The most suspicious.
There is a connection between Renju and Shoko through the Kumakuras, but again, I can't see any clear link to Iris.
Me.
I know Renju and Shoko.
After all, Date is the original Cyclops killer. That one frame, that one scene.
And I'm connected to Iris, but I have an alibi. Aside from Shoko, there's no way I could have killed any of them. No, now that I think about it, Shoko too. I don't remember killing her. My memories from 6 years ago are missing, but I still have my memory of recent events.
So Date, did you seriously think for a second that it was possible that you could have killed Shoko up until you thought about it, like, hard?
And if I start doubting myself now...
Yeah.
Date, I can say without a doubt that there is zero possibility you are the new Cyclops killer.
Yeah, thanks, Aiba. You're always in my head.
I have been working with you for years. I know better than anyone that you are innocent.
Because Aiba can literally work as an alibi.
I thought it over, boss. Of the people I know, I can't peg any of them as the murderer.
And no leads to pursue?
No.
Then there's only one thing you can do.
Look for more leads.
Continue your investigation.
Yep.
Do whatever it takes to get the culprit, to get justice for the victims.
And then the victims
You're right.
just keep increasing.
Got it, boss.
So, that's it. We just gotta investigate. So, back to Marble, where everything went wrong, I guess. Mama,
Are you okay, honey?
let's talk a bit more, because I ran off in a rush when I saw that live stream.
Huh?
About last night. Well, at 3 in the morning anyway.
So, like, this morning?
You know about it?
It's on every channel. You have the face of a ghost. Do you want a glass?
I don't need a drink. I need information. Do you have anything?
Well, let's see. I do have... I suppose you could call it intuition.
About?
Tell me.
Information about the incident, please.
The Kumakuras are involved in this case.
So it seems.
Remember what I told you before? That there's a relationship between Ren and the Kumakuras? Shoko also has a relationship with them. You know about her dealings with the Kumakuras, right?
So basically, 2 of the victims are linked to the Kumakuras.
Yeah, I think Date already figured that
That
much
must
out.
mean they're involved somehow, right?
Not 2, 3.
3.
3.
What? Mizuki?
Iris?
Iris?
No, not that one.
The boy
The
Ota. Ota worked for the
He
Kumakuras?
came here last night?
Ota?
Yes, from Matsushita Diner.
Wait, the diner is associated with them?
He's linked to the Kumakuras as well.
How so? How is Ota related to the Kumakuras?
Have you heard the rumor?
Which rumor? Similar story to Aiba's about Sosajima and the Kawasaki district. Okay, and that has to do with a diner because? Real estate? So sold his land, yeah. Half a year later, explosion, yeah. And then bought it back for a whole lot less. Almost like he knew beforehand that the accident would happen. Did So blow it up or conspire to blow it up? Or did he have a diner involved? No, that wouldn't make sense. So wouldn't gain anything from that. He would end up with 29 billion cash and 1 billion in land. It's a net zero. Well, the thing is, you can do more with cash than you can with land. If you, like, it's moving money, right? It's not a net zero, I would say. But yeah, there's more to the story. How does the diner come in?
The Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies.
And those real estate companies own the diner?
They of course look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts. I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for you.
The KE, Kumakura Estate?
The KE followed in So's footsteps. They bought up land in Kabasaki.
Okay.
Now, back to So. Have you heard of the plans for the casino in Kabasaki?
I don't believe I have.
So was the one who came up with it.
I was born and raised in Kabasaki. I remember the landscape of my childhood, and I loved it dearly. But look at Kabasaki now. When I see images of the destruction on television, my heart aches like it's being chopped to pieces. But I promise you, I will revive the Kabasaki district at any cost. Casino Town Kabasaki will give new life to the city.
Okay, so he's running on the platform
After
of
that,
let's
So
gamble.
moved fast.
And then people voted for him? Or I actually don't know how this stuff works. But in any case, he became influential enough that he shows up on TV to say, yeah, casinos, let's go.
He submitted the bills he needed to the National Assembly after drumming up support in the right places. The bills passed, and it became an official government initiative.
Decontamination efforts therefore increased at a rapid pace in the Kabasaki district. At the moment, the area is still considered off limits.
But soon, it will become open to the public and they can gamble their livelihoods away.
However, the air in Kabasaki is currently purified to such an extent that it has no negative effect on the human body.
If the plan goes smoothly, land prices in Kabasaki are going to skyrocket.
So his 1 billion in land is going to turn back into 30 billion.
And all that land is owned by the KE.
Yeah.
And by So himself. The land he bought back for 1 billion will be worth 10 times that soon.
Yeah.
He's involved in some shady business.
So, about the diner.
This is just another rumor. The chemical plant exploding was no accident. It was done intentionally.
By So and the Kumakuras, you mean?
But there's no hard evidence of that. It's just gossip.
So then... Ota? The diner?
What were we talking about again?
Yes, you know, loop right back into
Ota
what we
and the
want.
Kumakuras.
Oh, right. You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the Kabasaki district?
Okay, so it's totally owned by them, isn't it? The KE?
The chemical plant explosion made times hard. Foot traffic went down, sales declined. No wonder it closed down. Ota must hold a grudge. Someone caused that explosion.
Oh, so it's not that it's owned by him, it's holding a grudge.
And if it was intentional, oh, he'd hate them even more. That's how I link Ota to the Kumakuras.
Say goodbye. What an option. All right, bye, Mama.
Thank you, Mama. I don't know if what you told me will lead to anything, but...
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
No, it was very helpful.
I'm glad I can help, even if it's just a little.
Well then, be seeing you.
Come
All
back
right.
anytime.
Next stop is gonna be... the diner? I was actually hoping to go over to the Kumakura place. But if not... Oh snap, we should probably go check out the Date residence and check up on Mizuki. Just, you know, non-investigation wise, just pure, we have a minor that we should actually be taking care of, who's lost literally like all of the important people in her life, except for maybe her teacher at this point. Is she doing okay? Yeah, she doesn't look like she's doing so well. Maybe you should have checked up on her before continuing the investigation. About Iris, your best friend. Absolutely nothing about her. Just silence. About Ota, your other good friend? Just silence. Okay, this topic is a bit dangerous. About the Okira Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse.
Mizuki must know about Iris and Ota.
Of course. The news was distributed heavily across the internet, not just in Japan, but worldwide.
Yeah, I mean, live streaming murder without any police coming on scene is pretty crazy.
3 days ago, Mizuki discovered her mother's body. 2 days ago, her father's. This morning, 2 of her best friends. It is completely understandable that she is at her mental limit.
Can I be left alone for a while?
I'm worried that she'll become the 5th victim of the Cyclops murders.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Aiba, contact Abyss. See if they can get Mizuki a good counselor.
Understood.
And so we leave a kid alone in this state. Probably not good. If only we were a bit closer to Iris's mom. Because at least then she could be with an adult. But I guess there's not much I can do there. Of these 3, let's go to the diner first. Since we learned a bit of new information. I'd like to know what Ota's mother thinks about the whole real estate stuff. Because the home situation should make, like, you know, inform what Ota's sentiments are, perhaps. But then again, that's true that she just lost her son, so maybe she's not up to talking. It was like watching a decaying old tree cling pathetically to the earth. How poetic, Date. Alright, time to talk to a grieving mother. We'll share some silence, and then sorry to interrupt. As we share some more silence, do you want to talk about it?
This is your fault.
And there we go. Talking about it.
I heard from the police. Because you didn't take care of Iris, my boy Ota got involved.
Date, I looked into the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now. Did you not hear me? I said leave!
Alright, we're getting out of here.
Date, let's go. She is in no state to talk.
Yeah, you're right.
Investigation is going nowhere. Okay, Sagan residence. We're probably gonna get another set of ... dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. And then I'll probably get kicked out again. Possibly. Well, I haven't been kicked out yet. At least not kicked out at the doorway. The heavy silence weighed on both of us. About Iris. ...
Iris was my everything.
He told me he's talking to me! We might actually get something from this investigation.
We always went everywhere together. Whether it was buying clothes, or going to the movies, or taking a walk, or going shopping at the supermarket.
But Date is going ...
When she was young, she would just hold one of my fingers. Her hand was too small to hold mine. Then it was 2, then 3. And finally she could hold my hand. But eventually, she left my hands altogether. She started crossing her arms, being independent, even though she needed constant attention growing up. Her memories are a part of this room.
Yep. The iris is still there. On that table. The photo, or the picture that she drew is still up on the wall.
When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried. One day she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time she drew with crayons all over the window.
The window?
She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table.
Burn
on the
marks? She was burning the table?
Everything you see. It all holds a memory of her. But why?
About Ota, do you know
Ota
much
was
about
one of my
Ota?
students. I taught him in elementary school. I heard it from the police. Ota tried to help Iris and ended up... I don't know what to say.
Date doesn't know what to say. Date has not said a single word.
I have no words.
Date has no words either. He has not said a word. But, you know, we've gone through the emotional part. Time to be right to business. Can you think of any information?
Hitomi,
And this is when Date speaks.
my entire focus is on this case. Is there anything at all you can tell me?
I don't know if this is important, but
No, please. Tell me.
I may have told you this already. I met Renju's wife Shoko twice before. The first time at the wedding, the second time a month ago. That second time was in the waiting room of the prison.
Prison?
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger. I visit them a few times a year. And by coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but I recognized her as Renju's wife right away. She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates.
Are we gonna be visiting the prison then? That might be our lead.
Do you know who?
No, I don't. We didn't talk.
Which prison?
Fuchu Prison, in Tokyo.
Fuchu.
Prison?
I'm sorry to have bothered you. I'll be going now.
Alright. We got a good
I don't
lead there.
know what to do. Thinking about her.
It's okay.
Dante,
There's a happy end at the end of this.
You have to
On the
get
other
her.
branch.
Please. Please.
I will. Trust me.
Will it be in this? Will it be in this route though? I find it unlikely. Knowing how the other branch ended. And then the other branch had a lock on one of them. I get the impression that if I go through this side all the way through, I'm probably gonna get some kind of bad end. And then I'm gonna get some kind of key information that's gonna let me go back to the other side and get through that lock. So I think I might be going through a doomed path right now. think too many people have died for this to become a good ending. But it's necessary in order to get some information. Information that would otherwise not be possible to obtain. Alright. Police guys, you've had time now, while I was investigating the other places, to do a thorough investigation of this crime scene. What is there here? Let's start by talking to you guys. Policeman, any progress on the investigation?
I checked this place point by point, but didn't find nothing.
This is the Everyone Dies branch. It sure feels like it. That's why I'm worried about Mizuki. Mizuki's like... she's indestructible, yet she's clearly an important character. And what has been happening to important characters lately? They've been dying. Alright, that police officer's not got anything. How about this inspector? Any clues?
No, nothing so far.
These guys have nothing to say. Alright, in that case, I will investigate. Start with the stuff around the edges, because it's unlikely that there's anything interesting on these
There are
shelves.
only a few items on the shelf.
Is this warehouse not in use?
Let's check out the box. You know, everything is empty. There's nothing interesting. There's overhead crane. Nothing interesting. There's a
This
forklift.
does not appear to be functional. It has not been moved in some time.
Yeah, and that's forklift where we found Iris the other time, right? The
A video
equipment.
camera and laptop.
Live streaming equipment,
This is
that's
what the
right.
criminal used to stream.
Where's the internet connection? Now that I think about it, that's probably a stupid question. They can stream from,
All of
like,
these items have been bought
hotspot.
from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them. I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse.
Wait, the warehouse has Wi-Fi? I was... Wait... It's not just them, like, hotspotting off their phone or something?
Okiura
Okay.
Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner.
Do they not have a Wi-Fi password?
However, I found the password written directly
Oh.
on the router.
Okay.
Anyone who saw it could have used it.
Alright, well, so much for security. Okiura Fisheries, you need to improve your security.
I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras. The same Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
Yep. Even on this branch, we're getting our connections to Renju.
No, actually.
Oh wait, well, I mean... you say no, but like, it is still connected to Renju, even though it's not directly connected to Renju.
Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management.
But his name is on the company!
In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly
And that is it.
suspicious.
It can't be a coincidence, because everything ties to Renju. Alright, so having gone through the surroundings, let's get a closer look at the actual crime scene. So the
Right
workbench,
here. Iris and Ota were...
bisected.
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
just before I arrived. About 3:30 in the morning.
And the cause of death.
Right, about that.
Yeah, so he was stabbed in the side. Was he still alive when he was thrown onto this table? Or was he cut up posthumously?
Ota had a stab wound from a kitchen knife in his side.
Correct.
What was the exact cause of death?
Yes, that's what
Was
I
it the
would like
knife
to know.
wound, or...
I cannot determine that.
Wouldn't it be... Is it... I thought there was a way of determining whether someone was dead or not. Like... you know, in mystery novels, sometimes they say, like, this stab was done while the person was still alive. This stab was done after they were dead because of something about, like, the blood flow or something.
I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal. Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, he was certainly on the verge of death.
Because, like, you know, when you're alive, your heart is beating and, like, you have pressure in your veins and stuff. But when you die, your heart stops beating, so, like, the spray of blood is different or something? I swear I've read that somewhere.
If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle.
Or is that like some kind of old school mystery novel logic where it doesn't actually happen in real life? I don't know.
But why? Why did the culprit put the costume on Ota?
For fun. But it is a good question. Why would you do that? Why would you put a costume on someone just to kill them? Unless if the culprit got their own blood on the costume, like, as he said, there was a scuffle. Maybe the culprit got injured? The costume would have had the culprit's blood on it, and in order to hide that, like, you know, hide the tree in the forest, right? Now the polar bear costume is soaked in Ota's blood. You probably wouldn't be able to find a sample of the culprit's blood if the culprit had bled on the costume. However, if that's true, that means that the culprit is injured.
Unknown.
But that's completely guesswork. So the other important item here is the ice cutting machine.
Iris's estimated time of death and cause of death have been confirmed.
Estimated time of death, it was live streamed.
The video was not a recording. It was a live stream, filmed in real time.
Which means Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
3:20 a.m. and then Ota's was 3:30 a.m.
Iris also had her left eye removed.
Yeah, so wait. I'm trying to remember, when did Ota stun gun Date? That was like just past midnight maybe? Like it was late, but it was not like 3 a.m. kind of late. Which means, let's say there was about 3 hours for Iris to get kidnapped, her eye to be gouged out, and then to be put into the prototype, and like whatever the heck this culprit is doing with left eye removals, and then to be transported to the Okira Fisheries Warehouse. 3 hours, considering it took half an hour for Date to go from Marble to the warehouse at top speed. There is plenty of time, I guess.
Yeah.
And like Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered. Date, we should get moving. Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly. We will not find anything of importance here.
Yeah, you're right.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
All right.
Alright. That's it, I guess. Inspector, let me know if there's anything. Let me know if you find anything. Yep. Exactly that. So now I can follow up on the lead that I got from Hitomi, which means I can check out the prison, right? Because I'm quite interested in that. Or not? Is something happening? Pewter. Yeah, what's he doing here? We never see him outside. He's always at HQ.
Date, I have to talk to you about something.
Huh?
You gonna reveal your
About
allegiances?
the original Cyclops serial killings.
Oh. And you had to come get me at the crime scene because you aren't allowed to talk about it at HQ?
Why this all of a sudden?
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice. So, if I can help you, even a little.
Why didn't you say anything at Abyss?
The boss was there.
The boss. Oh no, you can't say anything if the boss is there.
I couldn't speak openly in front of her. So, I decided to meet you here.
Alright, let's hear it.
So, clear it up for us,
Earlier,
Pewter.
I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes.
Because, Pewter, you think it's Date? Or is there something else to this?
I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
Or just in general, Pewter, you know who the original Cyclops killer is? If it's not Date?
Let me explain why. I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer. Although, it's more accurate to say, killers.
So it's a group.
More than one?
In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice. One
Oh,
of
so
them
like
was
the red
born
figure.
a murderous psychopath. The other is Rohan Kumakura.
Oh,
the
Rohan,
previous
he's coming
chairman of
back.
the Kumakuras.
He came back here. So Rohan, the whole thing that happened 6 years ago. Okay. And the
They
thing that
each
makes
had a role to
Date
play.
is like head hurt when he thinks of Rohan, you know?
The murderer committed the homicide, and Rohan removed the eyeball.
Is Rohan like, you know, medically trained or something? Especially good and precise at removing eyeballs. Alright. Who is the murderous psychopath? You know, I'm gonna ask it right out.
He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust. It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone. It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress. It is
Okay.
normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
So, this guy does not feel love.
I'm sure you know what this implies, but he was unable to feel love in the way that
That's
we did.
it. Unable to feel love.
However, he was able to experience a substitute. His brain was
Alright.
wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means.
Oh boy, I just suddenly zoomed through everything that was frozen from. Anyways.
Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins.
So, happiness. He was not able to feel love, but he was able to feel happiness.
By performing a certain action.
A certain action, such as murder?
What was it?
Murder.
There it is.
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain. The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine. Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure from killing people?
That's right. So then, this guy enjoys killing people, and then Rohan just plucks the eyeball right out.
It's slightly more complicated than that. Killing people was the only way he could get pleasure. He was 12 when he took his first life.
Wait, 12? That means he's 18 now, which means he's not Date. Alright? And who could it be? Who's the same age as Iris?
That enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again.
Or wait, did I misread that? He was 12 when he took his first life. Okay. So by the time he did the Cyclops murders, it was possibly not, you know, the first time. So, why did the Cyclops case get
That-
classified? Because, Pewter, you clearly know a lot about it.
I don't know.
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value. I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
You really have no idea?
If I did, I would tell you.
Alright, fair enough. You don't know everything. So, about Rohan, the guy who I seem to know,
18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye.
and then what? Rohan took a woman's eye 18 years ago and he never was able to stop. He just liked taking eyes so
She
much.
was already dead. He put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out. The reason why was simple. He was fascinated by women's eyes. Their beauty stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them.
But for the original Cyclops murders, he only took one eye. The right eye, right? Wait, the left. What was it again?
He needed to have them, to make them his own.
But only one of them.
Driven by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye.
And then later on,
He acquired a grotesque obsession with the
later on
eyes
he
of dead
finds
women.
the psychopath and they form an unexpected friendship and partnership wherein he gets to find all of these lovely dead women eyes and the other guy gets to kill people for pleasure.
He was very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman. But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge.
And Pewter, how do you know all of this?
His
This is kind of a...
deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled.
How do you know all of this,
for
Pewter?
years.
When the case is classified?
However, he soon met his ideal partner,
Oh, there it is.
the
The ideal
aforementioned
partner.
psychopath. The Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye.
You know, when you put it like that, it sure seems like the Cyclops killer is doing all of the work and Rohan's just like, "Ayo, let me take this eye."
Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was established.
But I guess the killer enjoys killing, so maybe it works out. Hopefully Rohan helped with the cleanup? I don't know. However they got away with all of those murders.
This was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss.
Alright, thanks, Pewter. Although at the same time, how much am I
The
supposed to
original
trust you?
Cyclops killer had an accomplice,
There were 2 Cyclops killers.
and one of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
That means
He didn't have his fill of dead women's eyes. But yeah, that means that the original Cyclops killer cannot be the new Cyclops killer because one half of the original is gone.
Pewter, tell me this. One of the original killers is dead, I know that. That means one remains. Who is he?
After his 4th murder, he was arrested by the police.
Oh wait, he was actually arrested?
They actually picked him up on other charges. But, in any case, he is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu prison.
Oh hey, Fuchu Prison comes back yet again.
Fuchu prison?
Yes.
I want to go there for other reasons, but if we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone,
What's his name?
it works out. Are we not getting his name?
In prison, he doesn't have a name. He is simply called Number 89.
Okay,
Number
so
89.
it's number 89.
Killed Shogunadami.
Number 89 is the same one as the original Cyclops murder? So then, this guy is linked to a whole lot of people then. Like, a whole lot of people.
So, now you know why I said that. That the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. Because one is dead, and The other is behind bars. Neither of them had the opportunity.
But yeah, it's true. If he is in prison and he hasn't escaped in this timeline, then he wouldn't be able to kill these people. So let's head on over to Abyss headquarters. I got some, you know, unofficially obtained information. And now I would like to request access to Fuchu Prison. I would like to officially visit Fuchu Prison and perhaps conduct some investigation over there. What a busy office as usual. Busy visually.
Where did she go?
Well, she isn't always here, correct?
True.
And we're just gonna wait, no matter how long it takes? Why not call her?
What are you doing?
I thought it would be easier to talk like this.
What do we have to talk about?
A summary of the investigation, perhaps?
What summary? We don't have anything new.
That's not true.
Huh?
Yeah, we have stuff
I
new.
was curious, so I did some research. About number 89.
Ooh, we're getting even more information about number 89. Let's go, let's go. Oh wait, I need to move this cursor, not that cursor. Alright, Iva, let me just wait. The angle doesn't work out. I can't get this to line up perfectly. Oh well, it's a bit crooked. Yeah, it's quite a bit crooked, but there. Let's start with who is number 89?
As you know, he is an assassin with multiple confirmed kills. He is currently serving a sentence at Fuchu Prison. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
That's what Pewter told us.
Yeah.
After
That's
his
good.
fourth murder, he was arrested by the
We've
police.
confirmed that Pewter was correct. On that line, at least. What's number 89's real name? Iba.
Unknown.
You don't know?
No such person is listed in the family registry.
The way that Iva puts it, it's like she scrubbed through the family registry. All right, let me look for number 89. Number 89. Was anyone born with the name number 89? Nope. I haven't seen any such person listed in the family registry.
It is possible he is a foreigner, but his nationality is unknown. However, I believe it is safe to say that he was born and raised in Japan.
What's the relationship between number 89 and Shoko? Why does he know about who killed Shoko Nadami?
I cannot determine if they have any connection. Approximately 1 month ago, Hitomi Sagan witnessed Shoko in Fuchu Prison's waiting room. I am unable to say for certain that the person she was there to visit was number 89. After all, Fuchu Prison houses 2,000 inmates.
But number 89 knew Shoko's name.
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
Do they keep records of who visits who in prison? I have no clue how prisons operate. It would be really convenient,
That must
though.
mean that he knew her
like,
somehow.
You know, like a guest book at places. When people come in, they sign. I feel like it shouldn't be too far-fetched to have anyone who visits a prisoner, like, you know, a prisoner, to have to sign in and say, like, I am visiting such and such a person. I'm, you know, not smuggling them anything. Some kind of paperwork.
It is possible.
And in the name of our investigation, if such a record exists, I would like access to it.
Pewter claims that there were 2 culprits behind the original serial killings. One was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
The guy who loves eyes.
But Rohan committed suicide last year.
That leaves 1 culprit still alive, number 89.
But number 89 couldn't possibly have committed these crimes. He was in jail when each of the murders occurred.
Correct.
But he knows something about it.
However, I do not believe it is accurate to claim that he had nothing to do with the incident.
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
The soundbite that we've heard like 5 million
He was
times.
telling the truth. his involvement is possible.
Let's talk number 89. Yes, let's go,
talk
let's
to
go.
number 89.
This is all I want.
Alright. However, we need not go to him.
What, he's gonna come to us?
We can bring him to us. If we plan on syncing with him, it would be more efficient.
Can you arrange that?
I can.
Alright. Let's hope that this time number 89 does not escape. Boss never showed up. Okay, wait a moment. Boss not showing up is kind of like, this recurring message here. The fact that, oh, boss isn't in her office. Well, I guess she's not always there. Now boss isn't showing up for a sync? That's unusual. Boss better not be another victim. But there's no reason for that, right? She's not related to any of the other victims. She's just, you know, my boss. Okay, Pewter. You better not let him escape this time. And really, I should do something. I have no clue what's up with my camera. It like freezes and then zooms like crazy. But anyways, okay, sorry to interrupt your busy day. Gosh, I know how busy it is to be a prisoner.
But I need you to tell me something. I'd appreciate your cooperation.
Yeah, isn't this a lovely interrogation room? You've got cameras on all sides. Alright, now tell me. What's your name?
Number 89.
Your real name.
I don't remember.
What name do you want to be called then? Where are you from?
Burkina Faso.
The heck is that?
Burkina Faso is a republic in West Africa. Population.
I don't have time for your jokes.
Okay, did you know Shoko Nadami? You must, because you sent that message.
Yeah, I guess I do.
About a month ago, Shoko visited Fuchu prison.
Was that to visit
Was
you?
she there to see you?
That's right.
What did you talk about?
Nothing special.
You're in no position to lie.
I'm not lying. She didn't come to hear me talk.
Then why did she come?
To meet me.
Why would she want to meet you?
She probably just wanted to see me.
Why would that be? What is your relationship with Shoko Nadami? When did you first meet Shoko?
A long time ago. I don't remember exactly when.
What's your relationship to her?
A physical one.
A physical one.
I'm kidding. She was just a business partner.
A business partner, okay. What, with that scam business? Well, I guess we aren't gonna get anything from that line of questioning. We're just gonna go ahead and ask it outright. You're the original Cyclops killer, aren't you?
That's right.
Oh, hey. Did we get that recorded? Guys, this classified case is solved.
I was one of the culprits behind the case 6 years ago. One of the 2 Cyclops killers.
Yo, he's explaining everything. Classified case being solved right here. Who killed Shoko?
All right.
This is the thing that you wanted
Let's
to
get right
talk
down
about.
to it. 2 days ago, you called Investigation HQ and said, I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
That's right.
Who?
Hey, don't be so hasty.
Who? Yo, I said everything before I asked this question. It's not that hasty. I asked your name, I asked where you were from. I asked them like, hey, when did you first meet Shoko?
We haven't agreed on a deal. You're gonna let me out of prison, right?
It's done. You've got a deal.
Oh, hey, that was fast.
All right. But to explain it properly, I need to tell you a story.
But number 89, you sure believe that awfully quickly? Like, hey, deal. All right, it's a deal. You're talking to like one person.
It might take some time. Is that alright with you?
I've got nothing but time.
Then let's get started.
All right, story
The
time.
story of a lonely assassin.
Talking about yourself? Are we gonna get like a movie? It's loading.
Once upon a time, there was a detective, full of righteous justice. Let's call him F.
F.
F found the evils of the world intolerable. F had no parents, no siblings, and grew up in an orphanage since he was born. He suffered every kind of abuse imaginable there. It led him to despise all the evils of the world.
It led him
One
to
day,
justice?
F was chasing a thug down at the harbor. Someone wanted for the assault and murder of women.
Okay, I get it. I'll just throw down my knife. Here.
Okay.
You lower your gun.
Hey, it's F.
It's fine. I got nothing else on me. I'll go quietly. You know, I have a history with hospitals. I've been going to a special hospital for a while. Even if I get caught, it's all good. I'll come right back out again. What should I do next time? Just thinking about it gets me excited.
Ah. And then that probably ends his detective career, huh? If he does something like that.
The culprit was unarmed, but F never served a day in prison.
What? Oh, okay.
The case went to trial for some time, but it was determined to be self-defense, and he was declared innocent.
I guess, you know, police,
If
I
the
guess.
truth got out, it would be a huge scandal for the police. People at the upper level were terrified of what might happen, so they had evidence fabricated. F wasn't suspended or disciplined at all. After a while, he returned to his job like nothing happened.
But if he pulls that kind of thing again, it's gonna be difficult, right?
That was a turning point for him. He was ready to shed the morality that was weighing him down, holding him back. F still wanted justice, and he was willing to dispense it to the immoral, one by one. He became an assassin.
That sounds so edgy. Yeah, he was a detective. He wanted justice, but he threw away his morals and he became an
A lone
assassin.
gunman. No agent, no employer. He was his own man. F believed that he was judge, jury, and executioner.
But he's still working a day job as a detective at this point, or is he a full-time assassin now?
But it didn't last long. One day, F got rid of a criminal we'll call X.
X.
X was responsible for defrauding and killing an innocent old man for his life insurance policy.
It makes me think of Twitter.
Turns out, X had connections. Someone
Boy,
wasn't happy
the way
he
that
died.
a single letter gets turned into something that makes you think of something else.
Rohan Kumakura, chairman of the Kumakuras. X was a top executive of the Kumakuras at the time. Rohan ordered his men to find and kidnap F.
And then they found him, and then Rohan and F became buddies. Partners in crime. But does that mean that
I've done some research.
F would have abandoned his morals even further if he was the Cyclops killer? Because up until this point, let's pretend that he was only assassinating the bad guys to appease his sense of justice, right? You know, even though he's killing, at least he's killing the bad guys. But with the Cyclops murders, they were just innocent people. So that's a bit of a turning point too, right?
I know you've cleaned up at least 18 pieces of scum from this earth, but somehow there hasn't been a single criminal investigation. They're all treated as suicides, accidents, or natural causes. Amazing work. I'm impressed. How about you work for us? Of course, you have the right to say no, but it'll be the last word out of your mouth.
F was trapped. Even if he somehow survived, he would be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life. He had no choice but to take Rohan's offer.
And you know what? Now F is living, I don't know, a life in prison?
Thus, F's self-employment came to an end.
Oh no, now he's employed
He
by
became a
someone
hired
else.
gun of the Kumakuras. Rohan even gave him a code name, Falco.
There
Named for
is
the falcon, a
Falco.
bird of prey.
Falco at least sounds like more of a name than number 89. And that's it? That's your story? Okay, it
Falco didn't
continues.
quit his job as a police officer, though.
Okay, so he is like full-time police officer, part-time assassin.
He worked as a detective by day, assassin by night, at the will of the organization. An ordinary killer would need motive to take a life, but not Falco. He did as he was told, one target after another. It didn't take long to destroy his heart completely.
You know, Rohan said, "Wow, I've seen your work. They all get passed as accidents or suicides or stuff, like, you know?" Saying it like Falco has this impeccable, like, amazing killing technique, and then whenever we see him actually killing people, it's just like shooting them with a gun. And I'm kind of like, is that so easily passed off as not a murder? I feel like getting shot by a gun is the most murder-like death you could possibly have. For the illustration of death, I guess, is what it's used as. The imagery of the gun.
Time passed, and a few years back, Falco, who by this time was exhausted in body and spirit, made a fatal mistake. He missed his mark and ended up taking a bullet to the stomach. Somehow, he managed to escape. After reaching a nearby shrine, his legs finally gave out under him. He had no strength left. He put his back up against the shrine and let out a moaning breath that he thought might be his last.
Wow, you're telling this story so beautifully. Let out a moaning breath that he thought might be his last. Like, have you been just sitting in prison thinking about your past and thinking about like what best way to express
at that moment,
like, maybe one day I'll tell someone this story.
in his darkening vision, he saw a woman approach him. He watched her take out her phone and dial for help. At the same time, he heard footsteps of at least 2 people closing in. He knew immediately that they were after him. He sprung into action, grabbing the woman and pulling her close, kissing her to keep her from talking.
So intense, pulling her close, kissing her. Action scene.
That was the first encounter between Falco and the woman.
The woman.
She was a teacher at some school. It was like she was from a totally different world than him. Listening to her talk, he would forget everything about his line of work. She was his only contact with the ordinary, mundane world. They met in secret a few more times, and Falco felt his heart grow warmer. Her smile and kindness were like a cold glass of water for Falco's parched heart.
So it turns out that Shoko and Hitomi were visiting the same guy in prison.
Falco started to become himself again. His former self. He swore on his life that from then on, he would live for her.
So, you want to go clean?
So how is this going to work out, though?
Fine. Do as you please.
If I'm thinking about the present and not the past.
You've done a lot for us. But there is one last thing. One final job I want you to do for me. It's nothing major. This woman and her daughter. I need you to dispose of them. Should be simple, no?
Rohan handed Falco a picture of a woman and a girl. It was the teacher Falco met at the shrine.
Which her? Hitomi?
And her daughter. She had just turned 12. Why the two of them? Rohan, as usual, never gave a reason. And Falco had no intention of carrying out the kill. But if he didn't, he knew that someone else would. He thought long and hard. How was he going to keep them safe and get out of the life of crime? He couldn't find an answer, no matter how hard he thought. He was backed into a corner. So, he decided to call on an old friend for help.
Okay, who's the old friend?
And then...
Who is the old friend? That's part of the story I don't think I know. Unless if it's Date. The whole, what happened 6 years ago? Date. I don't remember anything past 6 years ago. It would be quite something if Date and number 89 were old friends, but Date can't remember a single thing, and like number 89 has been in prison this whole time, and then like, but that's like the fanfiction practically at this point. There's no evidence. All right. Why did you stop?
Why did you stop?
Was that the whole story?
Was that the whole story?
You mentioned a detective? Is that me?
You mentioned a detective.
Because, like, they say that Date started 6 years ago. But Date doesn't remember anything before 6 years ago. Date totally could have been a detective before. And then, you know, he lost his memories, whatever stuff happened. And then they just kind of go like, oh yeah, Date, welcome. Welcome to, Abyss. You're new here. Even though he's not new, at least to the police. Maybe. Well, anyways, what's the connection between that and Shoko?
What's the connection between that and Shoko?
Yo, 89!
Hey, answer me.
This is a transaction, remember?
Okay.
Until I get a guarantee that you'll uphold your end of the bargain, I'm not telling you anything else.
Okay, well at least he's smart.
I'll give you half up front, half later.
Hey, it's just like, art commissions.
If you want to hear the rest of my story, you better start the release procedures. Once they've cleared, I'll tell you everything.
Date, it is unlikely that number 89 will uphold his promise, even upon release.
He just said to start the proceedings, right?
Pewter.
You better start the release procedures once they've cleared. What does once they've cleared mean? Can you retract them once they've cleared? Like, you can do something like conditional release, no? I feel like that should be a thing.
Yes?
Start the preparations.
For what?
For a release, of course.
What do you think? The sink.
The sink, okay. Not the release, the sink. Like, okay, Mr. 89, you want to start you doing the paperwork? We gotta, you know, do this kind of physical, mental, what do you call it? Exam? Like, you know, just sit in this machine. This is part of the procedures. Alright. Let's see. Maybe I'll do the sync at the start of next stream, kind of like how I started this stream with the iris sync. I feel like that's a pretty nice pace.
With the usual dosage. He will not be waking up anytime soon. Are you ready, Agent Date?
Yeah,
The time limit is 6 minutes.
I know.
Yep, 6 minutes is always 6 minutes, just like how everything happened 6 years ago. It's always about 6. This is gonna be an interesting sync. First time we've ever gone into his head. I have been feeling like I've been going into Iris's head a bit often. Alright, so I'll just save here and then continue it off next week. So Or wait, is this doing a cutscene first? No, it's just doing the introduction. Okay. Because I find that starting with the sync is kind of like more fun, and then after that I can read the story. And that's kind of like a slower second half, I guess. Second half more like second... Okay, I don't know how to map that and say it normally in words. Because the sync only takes like a quarter of the time, so the last 3/4 of the stream. Anyways, yeah, thank you for watching, and have a good week to you as well. Alright, then bye!